what's going on, man?
Not a lot.
Alright, let's see if we can get this going here. See if we can add him to the call. Oh, why that's so zoomed in, but whatever. Okay, cool. Let's check something here. Okay, let's go in.
Yeah, I apparently need to set up my icon and what have you. Didn't realize I needed to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Gio's asking how does he join?
Yep, I got it right here. I'm looking up how to add him right now. Let's see.
According to Discord, it says that he's already online.
Yeah, I just gotta add him to this call. Let me see here. Okay, so it's not going to let me be in multiple calls. Alright. So maybe Discord isn't the best way to do this. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see if he added me. Okay, let's see here. It's online. Let's here. Profile. Okay. Under JC. Let's go in there. Okay. I'm already on this server. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this is getting a little more difficult than I was thinking. But hey. Alright. So you're my friend. this. I could've sworn I didn't change it on this one. Guess I did. Okay. See what we can do here. Okay. Let me go in there and I'll help him out. Hey man, what's going on?
Hey man, how's it going?
Not too bad. Alright, so let's see here. Okay, cool, there we go. So let me go up here.
Awesome.
Alright, Dr. JC. Why is this screen so small? There it is. Okay. Create group DM. There we go. And then start video call. Jesus. Okay. So that way. You there this time?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Can you guys see me?
Oh no, we can't. Let's see. You'll probably have to hit the little camera image at the bottom.
Okay, now, all right. I see your.
Yep.
There
Yep,
you
there
go.
we go.
Cool. All right. So we got that.
There we go. All right, now.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Yep. All right. Cool.
Hey, good to meet you. I'm JC, by the way.
I'm Matt.
Yeah, and I'm Jeff, by the way, as you know, yeah.
All right. So let's see how this looks over here. Okay. So let me do a screen grab of that real quick. Okay. Sweet. So as long as we can all hear each other and we all got video chat, that's probably the hardest part of it.
Yeah, well,
But-
we've got right now. I can hear all three, or you two anyway.
Right.
Now, as for the chat, I know that we don't have chat going on right now, but
Right.
when we have text chat, are we going to be able to see what people are typing?
You can if you pull up the stream like on YouTube itself.
Yeah, I've got my TV behind me, so I'm just going to bring it up now and see if I can see it.
Yeah, you should be able to. Yeah, because I've got
Yeah,
all the streaming background running here.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Then until I get access to my computer again, I won't worry about what people are saying in chat. Y'all can just relay it to me if it's a question or whatever.
Right. Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Answer, of course,
Cool.
But I do have the topic written up for the first show. I sat down and broke down Ohm's law in a fashion where somebody would not have to understand Ohm's law, but it would make them understand how to work the calculator part of Ohm's law.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
Because a lot of
Yeah,
people
It's really weird because I'm watching it behind me right now.
people start getting confused when you start throwing mathematical equations at them.
Right,
So
right.
like, okay,
Yeah.
you're going to use a calculator anyway. This is how you use it. And also, I figure I'll pull out a battery or two and kind of go over battery safety for the first show anyway, cover battery safety and Ohm's law,
Okay.
and then
Yeah. Good
any
idea.
questions that arise.
Yeah, that could work. Just
Yeah.
some simple stuff just to start it off.
Yeah, we really want to, try to come across as not only a, chat panel, but also a school type basis.
Right, right.
Okay, you're just now stepping into vaping. What do you really need to know, step by step?
Yep.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The one that uses sub-ohm tanks, you can explain the process of sub-ohm tanks, and I can move into the rebuildables when we're ready for that point, and uh, whoever has other input on whatever,
Right.
and of course we'll all give our own views on it. Like if I say, I don't know, for example, use 100% VG in a pod, and y'all disagree. You can say, no, my view is use 100% PG. Whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds fine with me. Yeah. I'm just gonna grab some headphones. Your speaker on my phone just seems to be a little bit too quiet. So I'll just be 2 seconds. Let's grab some headphones.
Oh, you're fine. All right, let's.
Yeah, but that's why I wanted to do the test before the actual show, so we could, discuss, okay, what are we going to cover? How are we going to cover it? Let's see if we can even get along.
Right, right. That's a big issue. Ugh.
Which we have another reviewer that he's a smaller reviewer, but he wants to be on the panel. And I told him that I would have to discuss it with y'all, is being a temporary member or a full-fledged member or just a guest, because I do have big reviewers lined up as guests.
Right.
I have the Vape and Goat.
Okay.
I have, ambitious vapors also agreed to be a guest. I think those are the only two I've got right now as, yes, I'll definitely be a guest.
Well, hell, I mean, like, Vape and Goat has like 300 and something K followers, so I mean that's a damn good start.
Yeah, that's it.
And the Vaping Goat, I've dealt with him on a personal level, and he's a really good dude, and has some good input and what have you. So
Right.
I like the idea of inviting him as the first actual super special guest.
Right. Well, hell, and
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah.
getting a guest that's relatively big already can actually kind of launch us anyways.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah, that'll help out.
by putting in his group, the Vape University is going to be on such and such day and time with guest appearance of Jared the Vaping Goat.
Right.
All of his followers should come to the area.
Yeah, that'd be good. Bloody earth.
In theory.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, and if he doesn't stream it all anyways, hell, that's a whole demographic that's like, oh, okay, this guy's actually on live. We'll see how he is normally, instead of just, overall just reviewing something.
Yeah, and Jared gave me his itinerary. There's like one day a week that he cannot be on the show because he has another show he does. but I think it's like after 5 o'clock near about any other day is fine. You
Okay.
know, so
Well, that works for us. I know you're on the same time zone I am. So, I mean, whatever works for y'all, because I'm free usually about after 4 all week. So,
yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
work. I'm on disability. Been on disability all my life. Uh, you know, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. But you know, my actual business, I have a tax number to be a vape reviewer.
oh, okay.
So I have to file taxes on that every year. But you know, that is my job, is just being a reviewer. Not that I'm making any money, but then again, I only started a couple of months ago. So
Right. But hell, you still get the
So
tax
that's
deduction from it.
yeah, I didn't know that actually. Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Well, you don't have to do that initially, but once you actually start making revenue off of it, that's when you have to actually start doing the whole tax thing. Well,
Yeah,
at least in
true.
America wise.
well, yeah,
It'd be the same here too. You
Oh, would it?
make money here, you're always going to be paying taxes. Yeah, yeah.
number before I started doing it because I was going to use everything I paid for as a tax write-off.
Right, right.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, true.
even though, because either way I was going to have to spend money, but at least this way I could tell the government, hey, look at how much money I spent and lost. Give me some of it back.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's. And then.
Girls, shut up! I'm trying to do a video.
uh, so what are you using at the moment, JC?
I'm using the Dreamer with a 21700 and the what is this? The Kylan Mini.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's the one you did the review on the other day, the Dreamer.
Yeah, and I just got yesterday the stacked Dreamer.
Oh damn.
Oh yeah. What do you focus around, Matt? You obviously you use sub-ohm tanks a lot by the looks of it. Do
Yeah.
you do RDAs? Yeah.
I used to do RDAs. I haven't messed with RDAs in probably 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
most RDAs. I like RTAs,
Okay.
but you know
yeah.
that I never understood either. You know, back when I don't know, probably for the last couple of years, everybody that uses mech mod sit there and go, don't use a sub-ohm tank, don't use an RTA, only use an RDA because it's not safe. It's like, okay, technically, think about that. If it has a protruding pin, and you're using a hybrid, of course, it's going to be fine. If you're using a normal mech mod that has that 510 plate, it doesn't matter. And as long as you're using Ohm's law, and like say you're using the sub-ohm coil says 0.5 ohms. As long as you figure out, okay, well, my battery be okay with that 0.5 sub-ohm, technically it should be fine. It's no different than an RTA.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I
You
just start to hit about 0.2.
You know, don't be an idiot and go out there and just get anything, don't know what you're doing and slap it together.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was just stuck with regulated devices the whole time. Like at the moment, yeah, I'm still got the Falcon at the moment on the Aegis Legend 200 watt.
Yeah.
Do you like I got my little bit of customizing?
Yeah, I'm about to do that on mine too.
Looks
Yeah,
good.
I still.
Falcon, that's a nice looking tank.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, I really enjoy it. And like I've with the Aegis, I use my steel brush and I scrubbed all the black off it just so it has that metal finish. It does tarnish a little bit, but I just give it a good old rubbing with the chucks or like a what would you guys call it over there? A bit of Brillo.
Oh, steel wool.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, still, yeah. Just give it a bit of a clean up, and then, yeah, screw it back on. I usually change this fabric every couple of weeks as well because the skull's wearing out every time. So I bought a massive sheet of it. It only costs like $5 at the Spotlight shop. It's like our textile shop that we have here in Australia.
Oh, okay.
So that turned out pretty good. Yeah, so I got the Falcon, and that's got the 0.15 ohm in it at the moment. Yeah, and like in the video, like I had it for almost 2 weeks now, and it's perfect still. Um, I just got yesterday I got the Dovepo topside just with the 21700, and that's nice. I've got the drop on top of that, and I've got at the moment I've got zero point 0.2 ohms running through that at 50 watts. And I'm using two dual coil Claptons. They're not too bad. I don't mind it. It is a convenient having the squonk in that. Really like that so much better than dripping on like using the Aegis. It was driving me bonkers having to carry around the bottle all the time and drip. So that's pretty convenient. And then I've got my little Aspire AIO that I use, just my little runabout one when I'm just doing stuff around the house. And that's good. Yeah. So they're the three I'm using at the moment.
Yeah, I'm using a couple others besides my Dreamer. I've got this little Kangertech thing, that for my mouth to lung,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I got it as a gift from being a Patreon. But I also have this. I think it's the VTX Vape Box Edition uh, plastic dual coil. I think 200-watt mod with the Aromamizer Plus in RDA format. That's really nice.
Okay.
Uh, it holds like I think it's 2 or 3 milliliters in a reservoir as an RDA,
Damn, that's not bad.
but it still
Yeah.
works like an RDA does. You can still drip in it, but it's also got that RTA type style of holding juice as well.
So is that like an RDTA?
Yeah, that's what they classify it as.
Okay.
But
Yeah, yeah,
it's an RDA, but you can add the glass tank to it and make it an RTA.
yeah, yeah. So that has the top fill, like the tank's on the top, obviously, not to
Yeah,
the side. Yeah, like where
yeah, but
it's, that was like the first of all the RTAs, really, when you think about it.
yeah, yeah, the wicks actually hit the bottom of this thing, so it's not like a RDTA where the wicks hang down. They're
Oh, they
actually
hang into the tank. Yeah,
the base of the RDA, but the juice comes through the side and then underneath the plate and get on the wicks and go up, kind of like a squonking would. So it's
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
so and that's my big thing with RDAs and dripping. You have to constantly drip, and you have leakage if you over drip. With this, I don't have to worry about that because the built-in reservoir prevents leakage, and I
Okay.
can, you know, over drip the hell out of it and still do just fine.
Yeah, that's pretty nifty.
Oh shit.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Like you were saying before, you've got that Kangatech that you received from being a Patreon. I started off vaping using a Kangatech Cupti, and that was I actually like. I've still got it now. I still do use it every once in a while. It's a lot of people say Kangatech, they're junk, they're no good. But I've had this probably for over 3 years, and it is perfect. I've dropped it a million times. It looks like a piece of steel that's gone straight through a grinder, but it looks like it still works a treat. It's a really good little device. I know that so many people would say they're junk, and if I hadn't had this, I'd say the same thing because you see the quality of them these days, and they don't look that good. But I can't get over this one. 3 years ago when I purchased it, like I thought, yeah, it'll probably last a couple of weeks and I'll get something new. But I use it every once in a while. It's like one of those I go back to it every time. If I run out of coils with some of my sub-ohm tanks, I'll go to that because I've always got spare coils for that.
Right.
It's unreal.
That's what people don't realize. You know, that they like everybody talks about smog or smoke, whatever you want to call them. You know, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
they're crap. Well, you know, back when they first started, they made mech mods. They made great equipment.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
that was like, you know, some of my first bigger option type mods. They lasted forever. And
Yeah.
with any company, you've got a 50-50 chance of getting crap. I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, and once
Yeah.
they started doing full build kits, their quality just shot down a little bit.
Yeah,
Well,
that's it. Like I bought one of the Prince sticks, and they come with the Prince the V12 on it. I don't like it that much. It's okay, but I think I've kept it in the box probably for the last month or so. I'll use it if I have to, but otherwise it stays in the box.
That's how I do with my S-Priv. Like I mean, it works. It's just not my
Yeah.
go-to.
Yeah.
and that's the key thing too, is that, you know, like with my reviews, everything I do is bargain bin stuff. It's still brand new. It's still the same quality as if it had just got released. It's just 6 months old because I got it
Yeah.
instead of $50.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
The market's such a big thing with vaping, so people are always trying to outdo themselves. It's like mobile phones and computers. Everyone's always trying to outdo themselves, so things are becoming outdated, but they're still usable. Nothing's saying that you can't use it. So yeah, that's a good thing to do. Yeah.
Well, and that's a lot of what I've noticed. It's people are that's what they started on, and they found something better, and then they start talking crap on the old stuff. And
Yeah.
it's because I mean, granted, I've been guilty of that with my smock to this to my Angus Legend. Like, it's night and day, but it's
Oh,
still
yeah,
not
that's
a
a
bad
massive
little
difference
starter
in
mod.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And like people think, oh, we'll go ahead and we'll try and make something better and bigger, and it's not better and bigger that people want. They just want something that's going to work.
Right.
So yeah, that's another thought. Yeah, when it comes down to this sort of thing, if it's going to work, just use it. And especially when it comes to soft, carrying the Aegis around in my pocket, it sort of drives me a bit mad sometimes because it's so bloody heavy. And if I'm wearing a pair of shorts, it feels like the shorts are going to get pulled to the
Yep.
waist.
Yep. You cannot carry this thing with basketball shorts. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, that's why I do have the little Aspire, because that little pod system, it's probably one of the best pod systems used before. Like I've had a few of them, and they either break or they just don't do the job. Where this one, you can still have a restrictive direct lung hit, which I like about these. They're really good. That's what I like. It's so light too. It's like a box of the matches. It's nothing.
as for pods, my favorite is the Tesla Sliver.
Yeah.
You know, I got
I've
it
never
for
used any Tesla product. Yeah.
it's bucks. I can refill the pod, and I've refilled this stupid thing probably, I don't know, a dozen times. Have yet to have to change the pod.
Yeah.
But where people are messing up with their pods is they suck them dry. Number one,
Hmm.
they
Yeah.
overuse number two. You know, they want
Yeah.
to, you know, use it like it's a big device, and it's like, to me, a pod was designed for, you know, that time that, oh man, I just really need a cigarette, so let me grab my pod, take one or two hits, and be good
Yeah.
for 10, 15 minutes. In the meantime, if I think I need something, I'll use my big device. But if I really need that, I gotta have a cigarette. I'll grab my pod.
Yeah, that's why they're convenient. That's probably one of the reasons why I like this so much, because I like sub-ohm tanks. I'm direct lung, not really into the mouth to lung thing. like with the pods on these, I don't know if you guys know, but they have the Nautilus coil in them. They have the Nautilus coil, so it's a decent coil, and it can
Okay.
take a fair bit of a pounding. Yeah, it can take a fair bit of a flogging. That's the good thing about them. So doing direct lung hits with these isn't too bad, and you sort of have a little bit of notice with this one because you can see through the tank so well. You can really see when it's running low. So it's convenience, I reckon, having this little guy. Really good.
Yeah, I
See, with that Tesla, do you have to chuck out the tanks?
huh?
With the Tesla one that you have, are they just like are they built-in coils into the tank, so you have to replace the whole tank?
You can't replace the coil. It's well, you could if you
Yeah,
want, but it's not meant to be replaced. No,
yeah.
just change
It's
the
a,
whole part.
I had a yeah, I had a little runabout. It looks like a little surfboard, and that was I probably geez, I only had it for about a week, and that had the replacement coils. That's a was it? I can't remember if it was iJoy or can't remember who it was, but the coils because they were in the tank. I couldn't deal with it, and I ended up cracking one of them, and I went, "Nah, that's it," and I ended up chucking it.
Yeah.
Sorry to anyone out there that likes runabouts, but yeah,
Well,
that just wasn't for me.
the all-in-one style pods like what you're using, the Aspire, are great. I
Yeah,
mean, like I said, you can change the coil, and normally the pod itself isn't going to break or leak normally, but
yeah,
so it saves a lot of money in the long run. A
yeah.
whole
It
lot
does
better
save a fair bit of money. It's pretty
than like dual type pod things that are me. I
Yeah,
fill it and I have to throw the whole entire device away. That's a waste of money to me. But uh, yeah, there's a place for everything, and everybody has their reasons for using whatever they use, whether it's pod, mouth to lung, uh, direct lung, half and half, whatever. I mean, it's like a choice in alcohol. Some people like Jack, some people like Wild Turkey.
Right.
yeah. So like, over here, everyone's either Jack or Jim. I used to be a wild turkey drinker when I was younger, but these days, yeah, no, it's always go straight to Jack, mate.
Didn't we all used to drink wild turkey when we were younger?
Yeah.
It was
used
cheap.
to used to get you drunk so fast.
It was the cheap stuff, man.
Yeah,
And it did the damn job. Ugh.
sure
Yeah.
did.
For me, Jose Cuervo, Jack Daniels, or Ozark Mountain Moonshine.
Ozark. Oh yeah, I watched that TV show the other week. It's a pretty good show.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, like I said, I'm kind of disorganized right now, but like I said, I just looked at it as a test anyway. So,
Right.
but
Yeah, that's perfectly fine, man. Like me as well. I've got to be at a meeting out at my office at 11:30, and at the moment here it's 11 o'clock. It'll only take me about 15 minutes to get there, so I'll have to head off soon anyway. But it's been good to be able to do this test anyway, so we can see if everything's going to be running.
Right.
yeah, well, that's fine. I mean, when you're ready to go, we'll just end the stream. It's no big deal. Because
Yeah,
we pretty much ironed everything out, I think. Uh, all we really need to, all I need to do anyway is take notes to find out exactly what day and time we're going to have the actual show so I can tell everybody, hey, blah, blah, blah.
yeah. I reckon probably. What time do you reckon about? Because it's 11 o'clock now. What time is it where you guys are now?
7 p.m.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Do you reckon 11 o'clock would be a good time to start it on a Friday? Or 7 o'clock for you guys, 11 o'clock in the morning for me?
Yeah, that would work.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
on what day did you say?
Friday. For you, it'd be a Thursday.
Thursday for us?
Yeah. So what day is it today there? Tuesday?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's still Tuesday here, so yeah, it'd be Friday for you, and then Tuesday or Thursday for
Yeah.
us.
Thursday for you guys, yeah. If that's all right with you guys, because that's the day I have that's always available of a morning.
That works perfectly fine for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm a disability support worker, I find it really difficult because I do shift work and stuff like that.
Right.
It's really
Yeah.
hard to try and get,
Yeah.
especially even time with the family and stuff. It makes it really hard. But Friday I should be fine because the little fella's at work and the missus is at work. The little fella's at school and the missus is at work. So I'm here and I'm free, so that'll be fine.
Let me. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's fine by me. I just gotta double check to make sure that that's the day that Jared does not have his show going on.
On a Thursday.
Yeah, because I know it's one day a week, but I don't remember what day. I have it in a message somewhere, but I have to go back and check.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
but you know, as of right now, that's fine unless we have that issue with Jared coming on, and then we may have to change the day.
All right. Yeah, no, I should be out. I'll have a look around. If we have to change the day, I'll look at my roster and I'll try and work out a day each week that I have an hour or so free then.
Okay.
It's just this on Friday is probably the best for me at the moment. So, yeah, well, if that's the case, we'll work it out anyway.
Well, you know, I figure worst case scenario, we can keep it at 7 o'clock Thursday every week, except, you know, like if we're going to have Jared on, because he's not going to be on every show. You know, if he needs to come on 1 week and we can't do Thursdays, maybe we can do a special airing on another day of the week that 1 week just to have him on and then go back to our regular schedule.
That works.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, and let's see, 7 o'clock Thursdays, and we have. I'm just gonna use y'all's channel names as panel members.
Yeah.
So we Vape On, and you were Beans.
I gotta set mine up. I haven't even set up a vape channel yet.
Oh, okay. I thought you had, you know, but
No.
okay, then I'll use your name, which was what again?
Matt.
Matt Cunningham, right?
Yep.
I started this vape channel back in 2000, this YouTube channel back in 2017, and I used to just post up videos of like stuff to do with the family and that now. And I said to the missus the other day, I said, I'm taking it all down. I'm going to turn it into an actual vape channel. And she's like, go for it. It's all right.
There you go.
You know, I had like 2,000 views on some of the videos and stuff, but I went, oh well, it's not going to matter. The most watched video I had was when I got an RFID implant in my hand. And it was probably watched about 1,500 times in like just over a month. It was unreal.
Nice.
Yeah,
How'd you get an RFID
it's pretty convenient. For my front door and my back door, so I can just swipe my hand and
Oh, okay.
it's like having the Force. I just go. It's also got all like my contact details and stuff on it, so instead of having to like touch phones with people where you can get your information through like RFID, NFC, they can just swipe my hand and it'll come up with all my details there.
There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty nifty.
I've thought about doing that, but I couldn't talk myself into doing it.
Right. It took me a little bit, and I was telling my missus about it, saying it's an awesome idea. And sure enough, for my birthday a year ago, she ended up getting it for me, and I went, oh, well, no backing out now.
Right.
So I live in Canberra in Australia, And in Canberra, we don't have anyone that will put them in. It's classified as body modifications, and we don't in ACT in Canberra area here in Australia. We don't do that. So I had to travel up to Sydney to get someone to do it.
Oh damn.
So that was fun going up there, and I was stressing the whole way, thinking, "Oh man, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt."
That's what, an hour and a half drive?
Yeah, I ended up getting the bus up there, so I didn't
okay.
drive. I just thought, stuff it. So I'm not going to do a round trip in one day. I couldn't be bothered. And I thought maybe I might have been a little bit lightheaded from getting it, but as soon as I got there, the fella called Joltron, he's a piercer. He comes from Perth, and he travels all over Australia doing body modifications and piercing and stuff. And he said it'll only take you like 5 seconds, man. He slid the syringe in, the plunger, pushed it in, and sure enough, it was done. It was quick and easy. No mucking around there.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, travelled all that way just for 5 seconds.
No shit.
That's
anyway,
pretty much.
yeah.
So, I mean, you know, any type of procedure, whether it's a tattoo or, you know, getting something done at the doctor, you know, it's you spend 3 hours to get there and wait on your turn, and then 5 minutes and it's over. Yeah.
yeah. It's it. Bloody doctors, yeah, especially with doctors, and they get a fortune off you too.
Oh yeah.
It was like yesterday, I went to the physio and I was there for probably about 20 minutes to half an hour. And like he made $120 off that. But lucky I have private health insurance, so I end up only paying 32, where private health will end up paying the rest of it to him.
Oh, that's not bad.
But yeah, they make a killing though, those sort of guys. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, when you go through 8 years of medical school and then residency and all that, I mean, you got to get compensated somehow.
Yeah, true. Hey, because it's taken away this. They're virtually taking their life from them.
And my understanding, once they go through all that medical training and what have you and become a medical doctor, their student loans, it's still, even though they making mega money in their private practice, it still takes them 10, 20 years to pay off their student loans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to think how much they are actually paying to get go through school. It's unreal. It's more than some houses that you'd end up buying. Yeah.
That's why I never went back to school.
I mean, I've got lots of student loans because I've got lots of different training in different areas. You know, that's why my channel's name is Dr. JC, because I do have a PhD. But it's not by no means. But still, you know, because I can't really keep a steady job, I tried to increase my brain with different things. It's just to struck my, you know, and it's so I can have things hanging on my wall saying, "Hey, look, I'm smart." And when it comes down to it, I'm not really as smart as that paper says I am.
Well, I hate to leave you. I'll have to head off now. But yeah, this has been really good. Been able to get to have a chat and see how everything's working out. So we'll at the moment we'll focus it on a Friday, Thursday for you guys at 7 o'clock, 11 for me on a Friday. And we'll just keep in touch. If anything, like JC, if you said you want to speak to Jared the Goat, or is it Jared?
Yeah, Jared the Vaping Goat.
Yeah, if you want to speak to him and ask him anyway what time he has his show on so we don't collide, that'd be good. Just we'll keep in touch over Messenger and we'll work it all out.
Well, I mean, we're going to collide with somebody's show, because there's so many of them.
Yeah, there's only so many days in the week, so you think about how many vapors there is out there.
Right.
Collide with somebody. It's not that big of a deal, but because there's like 2 or 3 shows I watch that are on at the same time, so I'll catch part of one, part of another, and I can always watch 3, so it's not that big.
Yeah. And that's what we'll do with this as well. You be able to set up a record for it too, hey Matt, so people can watch the live streams later on.
Yep, I can do that.
Yeah, that'd be good because that way we'll probably get better, like bigger audiences, and they might be able to chase us up and watch us on live streams in the future if they ever see something that's been recorded.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome. All right then, guys. Well, I will keep in touch with you and speak to you and find out what's going on. So I better head off now to work and make some money.
Well, good to meet everybody. Good test show. And we'll
Yeah, they're good test show. Nice to meet you both. Finally be able to get to talk to you.
Ugh.
All right, see you later. Have a good one.
Catch you guys later.
All right, take it
Bye.
easy.
Alright, cool, that works.